Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. Sometimes I question if I'm saying the right one. And the supportive oracle cards, You Are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marson. M-A-R-S-O-N. Marson. Okay, let's put those over there. What do we have for Aries? Ooh, bunch of you all at once. That's awkward. So I got face down cards here at the end. And I'm having a face down moment here. What's that about? There's a lot. Okay, let's see where this is going to go. Oh, well, okay. I think I know why we have all these face down cards. You got the world coming in, so I have a feeling that's why. You're not going to see the change until you experience the change. Starting off, 3 cards came right out. Acceptance, Opportunity, and Warrior. I know this is going to go down a lot of different roads, but whatever the situation is, be it work, relationship, business opportunity, maybe selling a house, changing where you're living, whatever it is, you're accepting that to get what you really want, you got to fight for it. Whatever it is, it's not coming easy. Whatever it is, it's kind of like you thought it was. It's almost like you thought it was in line, almost like, here's where I am. I'm in the right position here for it to just come to me. And when it comes to me, I just got to might have to do a little bit of work to bring it over, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But what you're noticing is, like, when I thought this was going to just kind of naturally just flow my way, it's veering out there a tad farther than I thought it was gonna. So if I want this to happen, if I want my opportunity to go the way I want it to, I'm going to have to fight for it. But it's still there. It is definitely still there, but you're accepting, like, it's kind of like I have to make up my mind. It's either going to pass, it's either I go fight for it now, I go chase it down and I go get it, or in like a few months it's going to be gone and it's just too bad, so sad. The next card you have coming in, all I can think of, I can't even say the name of the card. What I want to say is, to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs. And when I'm feeling the High Priestess, this is where you merge what's going right with what's not going right. And you're just kind of like, it may not be the most comfortable thing to do, but if I want this situation to go the way I'm planning it to, I'm going to have to make some tough decisions, and it's just going to be kind of rough here and there. But if I want that outcome, I'm going to need to do it. Is it really worth the outcome for me? Is it worth the good I'm going to get out of this? And you're accepting that. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to be one of those situations where it can't get it out of your head. You can't get it out of your head. I want that. I can't get it out of my head. I want that. I can't get it out of my head. I want that. Until you're kind of like, all right, listen, I'm going for it. I'm going to make these tough decisions. I'm going to break some eggs so I can have that omelet. Now, I'm getting these 2 cards first in the environment. Wisdom with the King of Swords. I don't know if you're going to have total support with this change or not, because it's not feeling totally supportive. But I do feel like you're going to get, honest feedback about, like, okay, I know what you want, but this is what I think about you going for that. So the eggs you might be breaking, somebody might be saying, you know what, I'm not okay with you breaking those eggs. But I understand that it's also your choice whether you're going to break them or not. So they may not like that you're going to do that. They may be very vocal about you making those changes they don't like. But they also seem to be in the same spot with the wisdom. They're accepting, like, you're making that decision. It's your decision. It's up to you to make that decision. Like, you're the one that's going to make that decision. That's just how it is. With wisdom also, though, they're very vocal about why they don't like it and the reasons behind that. And they're telling you what they're seeing from the outside perspective, whether they think you can really have success or not have success. You've made your decision. The thing is, when Aries makes their decision, they stick to it. When you've decided you're going to do what you're going to do, then that's what you're going to do. You're all in. On this one, you're all in, which when Aries is all in, it's going to happen. That's just how it is. That's how I feel it. So Ascended Masters with the Four of Pentacles, you very much are you're very well aware that you're committed to this, and you're into making this a success. You're at peace with yourself, knowing I've made my decision. Whether it goes good or bad, I am committed to that outcome. I believe it's going to go good because you're not getting involved with it thinking it won't, but you're committed to it fully. Hermit comes in with the World card. You're making some changes. It's taking some time for the transition to happen, which is what I'm getting with the Hermit. The World is coming in. The transition is happening. You're heading out towards your goal. It's kind of like if it's floating away from you in this big current, you're getting what you have to get on for protective gear. You're getting in your boat, and then you're starting your journey over to your opportunity, and you're fighting your way over there. It's going to take you a while to make it happen, though. That's what this is saying. The Hermit with the World is saying it's going to take a while for this transition to actually happen. All right, all the face down cards, which were probably face down so they wouldn't influence me until we got to them. There's a lot going on here. Let's see them all before we start making comments on them, though. Okay. Do you hit your goal? You do. All right, so you attain what you want. You have help with this on the way. You got a lot of successful cards starting right off, but there's a slew of them here. There's a slew of them. The Lovers, the Six of Wands, which is success, and the Three of Cups, which is helpful community. All of this coming in at once. You are getting the help you need to make this happen. Maybe other people you're not expecting. Other people may be coming into your line of sight. You might be meeting people. It feels like these are new people because this was face down. New people coming into your life. New people coming into your life right there. Personal transformation, definitely new people. Definitely new people coming into your life. It seems like a whole new group of people, quite frankly. Personal transformation coming in with this. When this starts off, it's like all on the up and up. It's all good. It feels all great. Everything's going well. You're attaining your goal. You're getting what you want. It's not over at this point, though. That's the thing. Sun card is how this starts off, too, I'm seeing. So you've received very well. This new group of friends or group of connections, very positive, very supportive. Exactly what they seem to be thinking. You're as valued to them as you're as valuable to them as they are to you. Like there's an equal balance. Like you're very valued and so aren't they to you. It goes both ways. That feels very good. But the Tower here is telling me that your connection here was not expected. So it's not like you were expected to show up. You just seem to show up, and it's much better than expected. It's kind of like you're coming in after the tower fell. So it's almost like there's this rubble and all this waste all over here, and you show up and you're like, look at all these awesome rocks. You know what we could do with this? Look at all this awesome debris. You know what we could make here? You know how this could go? And people are like, you were right. We could really do awesome things here. So it's kind of like you're coming into a situation that was kind of obliterated is what I'm getting. But your addition and showing up is like, look at all this awesome resource we have strewed all over the place. Let's get this together and make something really cool out of it. Okay, cool. Everybody's loving that. You're bringing in a very healthy. I'm getting healthy. There's no Y on the word there. I know that, but you're bringing in this opportunity for people to take something that was not going that well and turn it around into something that can go really well, really good. People have choices to make at this point. Where do they want to go now? Now they're seeing like, oh, we had all this rubble. But like these rocks, it's like these are very valued rocks. Like it's like all these semi-precious rocks were inside this tower. Look at all these possibilities we actually have. Now we have to decide what we're going to do because wherever we go next, we're going to stay with it. So people are making choices, and they're making choices they're looking to stick with and keep for a long time to come. Pentacles are good for Aries when it comes to like making money and increasing money. That's really positive. Aries, though, has the ability to change direction and do things as necessary. So sometimes there can be a little bit of a commotion with that, depending on how it's working out. So like when it comes to money for Aries, building money, building more money, that's positive for Aries. But when it comes for, like if Pentacles comes in the sense of like creating a situation and locking it in and keeping it the same way from here to the end of time, that can be restrictive, and that can sometimes be a problem for Aries, because like Aries doesn't do well with restriction. You need to be able to move and breathe and change as necessary. So as we keep going forward, I'm getting that you re-solidify the situation and then it locks in and goes a certain direction. When this new situation does that, that's when you have to make your decision if this is for you or for not. Because I'm getting like you're going to stick in the situation long enough for it to restabilize and start building again. But then you have to make your decision with the, is that the Knight? Yep, the Knight of Swords and the Emperor. Okay, I see where this is going. Now that I see what path it's on, it's going to stay on this path. It's very good, and I like it, but you know what? I like that over there, and I think I'm going to go over there before I get locked in too deeply because I don't want to stay here for the rest of my life. So this was good while it lasted, but now I think I'm going to go over there. And you're the one that has to make that decision for you. You might go from one situation into this new one, and then it's gonna go good for a while. Like there's a good period of time, but I'm getting once it seems to change, and you're like, well, it seems to get a little bit more restrictive than I really want. You're gonna decide, hey, my time here has been spent, and you're gonna end up on a new life journey. You're gonna end up on a. That's where you're. It's funny. It's almost like this is a transition period before you actually get to where your life journey is gonna head you off to. There's a lot of decisions to be made here. People aren't going to want you to really leave because you're really appreciated. That's what I'm getting with the Five of Cups. People aren't going to want you to leave. You are going to have nobody's going to have animosities. Nobody's going to hold anything against you. That's what I'm getting with the Seven of Swords. They're just probably going to fade out of your life, though. But you're going to have to make this decision. This does seem like a transition period. Your actual goal, your actual true opportunity will happen after this. You will learn things here, though. This is kind of like me. I'm going to give my own analogy here. In my 20s, I think I was. I worked in a mortgage department for like, I don't know how long it was. Maybe like 8-10 months. I learned what I needed to know about mortgages, though, in that time. It served my life. It helped my life greatly to help me understand, interest rates and APRs and all other good stuff. This is kind of what you're doing in this period. You're learning information that's going to serve your greater purpose later, but this is not going to be your final destination. But it's definitely very important to add to your repertoire, to add to your information storehouse, so you can have a greater success later, is what I'm getting. Are we good? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.